Every company has a brain. It's the collective knowledge of your team, your processes, your past projects, your SOPs. The problem is that brain is trapped, buried in a graveyard of Google Docs, PDFs, and scattered folders. What if you could clone that brain? What if you could build an AI assistant that has read every single document your company has ever created and could answer any question from any employee instantly? Today, that's exactly what we are building. We are going to build an AI expert that memorizes your company's most valuable information, and we are going to do it using a powerful technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. I'm Adnan, the founder of Kaiser AI. At our firm, we architect the systems that give your business a true competitive advantage. We build for outcomes, not just workflows. On this channel, I'm taking you behind the scenes and showing you the exact strategies and builds we use to help SMBs cut costs, save time, and drive profit. So let's architect your AI advantage. Let's talk about the document graveyard. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your most valuable knowledge, your processes, your playbooks is buried deep inside PDFs and Google Docs that no one ever looks at. Because of this, onboarding new hires takes forever. They are forced to constantly ask basic questions because they can't find the answers themselves. And who do they ask? They interrupt your best, most senior people, killing their productivity to answer a question for the 10th time. The result is always the same. Massive amounts of wasted time, inconsistent processes because no one knows the right way to do things, and worst of all, critical knowledge that walks right out the door when an employee leaves. To solve this, you need a radical shift in perspective. You have to transform your knowledge from a collection of static files into a living, breathing brain. The old way is seeing your knowledge base as a digital filing cabinet. It's a collection of dead documents. It's static, it's siloed, and it's almost impossible to access efficiently. The new way is to build a living centralized brain, an expert AI that your entire team can consult instantly from anywhere at any time. It democratizes your company's knowledge. And this is the system we are building today. We are building an AI that learns your business inside and out. To do this, we'll use a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. Now that sounds technical, but the concept is simple. It allows the AI to look up information in your private internal documents before it answers a question. It doesn't guess, it doesn't make things up. It retrieves the facts first. The result is an expert assistant that gives stunningly accurate, context-aware answers based on your data, not the public internet. So how do we build this company brain? It's a straightforward two-phase process. Phase 1 is ingestion. This is where we teach the AI. We feed it a document, like an employee handbook PDF. The system reads it, breaks it down into logical chunks, and stores it in a special database called a vector store, which acts as the AI's long-term memory. Then you have phase 2, which is conversation. When a user asks a question, the AI doesn't just respond from its general knowledge. It first searches its memories, that vector store, for the most relevant information from the document you provided. Then, and only then, it uses that specific information to construct the perfect answer. Okay, so you understand the strategy. You see the immense power of turning your document graveyard into a living AI brain. Now for my builders in the community, it's time to see how this sausage is made. I'm going to dive into my N8N canvas and show you exactly how to build this RAG pipeline from scratch. We'll connect the nodes, load the document, and create the agent that can talk to it. Let's get into the build. Currently we are inside the N8N canvas and we can start our build. So we are going to make two distinct sections of our workflow. At first it will be the RAG pipeline, which will actually chunk, embed, and vectorize our file. And the second one will be the RAG agent. So while I build those things, I'll explain what those terms actually mean. So at first, let's build the RAG pipeline. So here I'm going to start with a manual trigger. And after that, I'm going to add a Google Drive node here. And I'm going to select the download file option. At first, you have to connect your Google account credentials here by clicking here. Resource will be file, operation will be download, and the file from the file selector dropdown. I'm going to select the Valve handbook here. So we don't need to do anything else. I'm clicking on execute step, And while it's downloading the PDF from our Google Drive folder, let me quickly show you what that actually looks like. So here's your Valve PDF. So it's basically a handbook for new employees. If you are a gamer, you will know Steam, and Valve is the owner of Steam, the parent company, and this is their handbook for their new employees. It's a bunch of stuffs here. At first, how to use this book. For example, this handout actually is pretty helpful for new employees because they might have many questions when they just join. And for example, how would their first day look like, and what's the company culture, and how can they get promoted faster, what's their first month, and what should they expect, and what if they mess up doing something. It's a very interactive PDF here. Notice all are not just text, we have a lot of images here and illustrations. And what if I screw up? That's interesting. Okay. So basically, everything a new employee can ask. Okay, so we have downloaded our PDF from Google Drive. Here it is. After that, we'll start chunking, embedding, and vectorizing this file. So you'll see in a moment what does that mean. I'm going to search for Supabase vector store. So there are many kinds of vector stores here, many providers, but I'm going with Supabase. And for our short-term memory, I'm going to use PostgreSQL. Of course, you could use the inheritance built-in simple memory, but for now it's Postgres. So after searching Supabase vector store, I'm going to click on Add Documents to Vector Store. Great. Credential to connect to it. So here you have to actually connect your Supabase account credential. So let me quickly walk you through how does that look like. Currently we are in the Supabase website, and after creating our account, I'm going to click on dashboard, and you have to click on new organization. I have already created mine. Kaiser AI is the name of my AI automation consultancy firm. So I'm going to click on that, and you have to click on new project. Give any project name you like. For example, I'm just giving it something basic, edit and test. You have to give a database password, and done. Scroll down and click on create new project. From here, it may take some time for you. After that, whenever it shows green, everything is okay and ready to go. We can see here everything is healthy and running fine. And from here on the left side, click on project settings, and here in the data API, click here. And this is your actual host URL. So I'm going to copy that. If you remember, inside N8N, it requires a host URL. I'm just going to paste that, and we also need the service role secret. So I'm going to head over to Supabase again, and in the API keys section, you'll get the service role secret. Click on reveal, click copy, head back to N8N, paste, click on save. Connection tested successfully, done. Cool. So after creating your Supabase account, the operation mode will be insert documents and table name from list. So we do not have a table yet. So head over to Supabase again. We need to create a database table. So actually, you know what? Click here. Supabase Vector Store, the official documentation. Scroll down. So this is the Supabase Vector Store nodes official documentation. And click here, quick start for setting up your vector store. Now we are in the Supabase docs and initializing your database. Here you'll find a nice ready to paste SQL code. Click here, copy. Head over to Supabase again, and in the SQL editor section, click here. Now you can paste in the SQL command. Done. Now I'm going to click on run. Success. So now if we come over to table editor, we can see there's a new table here labeled documents. And it's basically empty because we haven't saved anything here. Now let's head over to N8N. From the table name, at first, let me just quickly refresh the list and click here. Now we can select the documents which we just created is the new table's name. Embedding batch size, keep it what it's there. Nothing to change. Cool. Now we need to actually chunk and embed this PDF file which we downloaded from Google Drive. So at first click on document here, which will actually chunk our PDF into very small pieces. So document loaders, default data loader, click on that. And as you can see from here, the downloaded PDF file was in the binary format rather than JSON. So here in the type of data, I'm to click here and click on binary. We're not working with JSON. Mode will be load all input data. Data format, keep it the same. Text splitting. So if you click here, let's read what's written here. Splits every 1000 characters with a 200 character overlap. So this is the simple one, and you can of course go with anything custom. So I'm going to keep simple. Nothing to add here. Done. So this will actually chunk our PDF file into very small pieces. After that, we need to embed. Embedding means basically converting those chunked pieces into numbers and binary numbers. Scroll down. Click on embeddings OpenAI. So I'm going to use my OpenAI embedding model. So what you need to do, you need to click here, create new credential if you haven't connected your OpenAI account yet. So here you just need an API key. So you need to head over to platform.openai.com, which is the developer portal for OpenAI. So it's not the same as your ChatGPT Plus or Pro plan. It's different. It's only for developers. After going on there, create an account and load some dollars into your account, like $5 or $10 is more than enough. After that, you can create an API key from there, which you just need to copy and paste it here. After pasting that, you need to click save. I have already connected my OpenAI account, and in the model, embedding model, we're going to go with text embedding 3 small. That's okay. Properties, nothing need to do here. So this will actually chunk, embed, and vectorize. This RAG pipeline will do that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on run. At first, the default data loader model will chunk that PDF into very small pieces, and our embeddings model will help it vectorize. Okay, so our RAG pipeline has run successfully. Let's head over to the database table, and you can see here we have all the chunked parts of the end of the actual PDF, and it has created 86 small parts from the PDF. Cool. Now we have already created the RAG pipeline. Now it's time to build the RAG agent. So what it will do, it can handle any queries. For example, if you ask it anything which it needs to answer from the PDF or the manual, it will search the vector store and retrieve the relevant answer to that exact query. So what we can do here, we can add a chat trigger, but I'm going to add a Telegram chat trigger soon, but let me just build the thing first. After that, sorry, my bad. Click on AI agent. Cool. In the AI agent section, we're going to we need to add some things here. At first, we need to add the chat model, which will be the brain of the AI model. So I'm going to click OpenAI, and from the model dropdown, I'm going to go with GPT-4 or Mini. You can go with GPT-5 and the latest versions. Done. After that, we have to add a tool and a memory. So let's add the tool first. Click here on the tool and I'm going to type in Supabase Vector Store tool. Work with your data in Supabase Vector Store. Click here. So it already loaded the connected Supabase account, operation mode, description. So let's add a quick description which will help our AI agent to better know how to use the tool and when should it call the tool. Okay, just simple description, but for an actual build, we would just add a lot of things here and in the prompt as well. So from the table drop down, I'm going to go with our previously created documents. Limit should be 4, include metadata, okay. Nothing to do here. Cool. We added our tool and now we need to add a memory here. So click on memory and I'm going to select Postgres chat memory. Click here. So you have to connect your Postgres account. Let me show you how we can do that. Head over to Supabase again and in the connect from the upper section, click here. Scroll down. In the transaction pooler, click here, view parameters. Here you will find a bunch of credentials which you need to copy paste inside N8N. For example, if you click on new credentials in the Postgres, you will need a host. So this will be your host, the database name, Postgres, the user, this one, the password you can get. The password is the one that we created when creating the Supabase project, if you remember. So you need to use that password again here. And you know what, let me just create another one again since we are working with a new project. So click here, copy, paste, database, Postgres, paste, user, copy, paste. Let me quickly see my password. Pasted my password. Maximum number of connections. I don't think we need to do anything else. Port will be 6543. Okay. Cool. Click on save. Connection tested successfully. So we created and added our Postgres account credentials here. Cool. Session ID. That's okay. Table name. Context window length. So let's make it 10. Done. Now we also need to add the embedding model if you remember. So what you need to do, click here and add it to the previously created embedding model which was from OpenAI. So this is something you need to focus on. You need to use the same embedding model for the RAG pipeline and the RAG agent both. Okay. So our build is almost done and I'm going to add a Telegram chat trigger here just to check for the final build. Click here, search for Telegram. Scroll down. We're going to use a Telegram chat trigger actually. So click on message. So you have to connect your Telegram account here, Telegram bot to be precise. Cool. So there goes our Telegram trigger. I'm going to add that. Let me just delete the previous one. Okay. No, okay. Everything is updated automatically. That's cool. And we need to do one more thing. Click here. Type in Telegram again. Scroll down. Send a text message. Okay. You'll need the chat ID and the text. So I just can click here, waiting for the trigger event to say hi, and it received the message. Click here. From the drop down, select define below. Click on expression and drop down the text. Again, define below. Alright guys, time for our testing. At first we need to activate the workflow. So click here. Got it. Now let me head over to my Telegram chat interface and I'm going to start chatting with the agent. I am a new employee of Valve. I have some questions. So let's see what the agent replies. Welcome to Valve. I'm here to help with any questions you have. What would you like to know? So let me ask a pretty basic questions at first. So, is Valve self-funded? Let's see what it replies with. It should actually retrieve the data from the vector store rather than answer it on its own. That's why it's taking some time. Yes, Valve is self-funded. The company has not brought in any outside financing since its inception. So this data is already in the employee handbook or employee manual. So it's fetching the data from that employee handbook. After that, I can ask something like, what if I screw up? Let's see what it replies. Again, it's fetching data from the vector store. And in fact, it has replied pretty nicely. At Valve, nobody has ever been fired for making a mistake. So here's a summary of the culture around making mistakes at Valve. So every information here is already in the employee handbook. Always remember the goal is to learn. So it's also adjusting its message and showing some empathy to the new employees, right? Of course, we can fine tune the model much more. We can give instructions on the tone and how it should reply and how to reply when it can sense the employee is angry or the employee is very stressed about anything. It can sense the tone in the message and reply accordingly. So you can do that as well by giving proper prompts in the AI agent. And let me ask one more question. What are cables? So this is an inside term of Valve. So let's see what it replies. Cool. At Valve, cables are essentially multidisciplinary project teams. So cool. Here's everything about cables. And overall, cables at Valve exemplify the company's flexible and collaborative approach to project development. Cool. Okay. So let me end the demo by asking one last question. What to do if I want to get promoted fast? Pardon my typo, guys, because I cannot see the keyboard properly while I'm typing because of this new mic setup here. Do let me know how the audio is sounding. I got it for you guys so that you can get a clear audio. To get promoted quickly at Valve, there are some strategies you can consider. So every information is already in the employee handbook. So cool. There it goes, guys. There was our build for the automated
system for answering questions of the new employees. So just imagine in the shoes of a senior manager here, your time is very valuable, and if you spend your time mostly answering questions from newcomers, I don't think that's pretty efficient for the whole organization and for your own peace of mind as well. So I think in that case, this AI agent can be a very nice addition to your existing workflow or tech stack.
And there you have it, a fully functional AI knowledge assistant trained on your own private data. This isn't just a chatbot. This is a system for unlocking the most valuable asset your company has, its own knowledge. You have just created a tool that will make your onboarding faster, your team more consistent, and your best people more productive. If you are ready to build game-changing AI systems like this one, your journey starts with knowing where the best opportunities are. That's why I created the AI Advantage Kit. It's a completely free toolkit with playbooks and an audit to help you find those high ROI automation projects in your business. The link is right at top of the description. Now, I want you to tell me in the comments, was there one document in your business you wish everyone had perfectly memorized? Let me know below. If this video sparked some ideas, smash that like button, and if you want more builds and strategies that give you a real competitive edge, hit subscribe and the bell. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.